All right, for a second there, I almost entirely forgot what I was filming today. Love when that happens. Hello everyone, I am back again with another round of a big box of product that I didn't like. Truly some of my most positive and uplifting videos. It is kind of odd when you think about it. When I tested a product, I'm like, well, I didn't like that. And then I go and I put it in a drawer because I need to save it. Most people would return it to a store or give it to a friend, you know, that might be able to use it better, but not me. I'm like, no, I must squill it away for videos. And as I say with every single one of these videos, if there are products from here that work really well for you, that's awesome. I'm just sharing with you why they did not work for me. I've tried them in multiple different capacities and I didn't like them. If you do like it, that's good. You should probably use it more. Make sure you subscribe before we get into this video. New videos here every Thursday and Sunday. You guys know the drill by now. And click the thumbs up button if you like these type of videos. You'll want to see more of these product videos because I find them interesting. It's always good to hear about the products that work really well for people, but sometimes you just need to know what to avoid. And so without further ado, let's get into this. The first product that was a big bust for me were the new palettes by Revlon. These are their Colorstay Lookbook palettes, and they launched like 5 or 6, I want to say, different palettes with a variety of different color stories to them. I tested them out in one particular look, and I remember like blending it out, and I'm like, I've applied like 7 or 8 colors, and they've all blended out to one. And not only just blended into one, but also faded gradually away. And since then, I have tried it again. I tried the blue one because a couple of you had mentioned that you liked the blue one and you had a lot of success with that. It didn't work as well for me, unfortunately. It was still very dry, very dusty, kind of blended very muddily on my face. I don't know. I just wasn't a big fan of them, and they're such a great drugstore or budget-friendly eyeshadows out there, and these just were a miss for me. Next up is a mascara. This is from Physicians Formula. It is their Lash Mixologist mascara. So one end is for length and the other end is for volume. And I heard a lot of really great things. A lot of people were telling me how much they love this mascara, and so I was very, very excited to try it. And it was just very meh. And I believe the first time I tried it, I did volume and then length, and I was like, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like you have to do the length first and then the volume. No. It didn't give me much volume. It didn't give me much length. It didn't really build the way that I was anticipating. My lashes kind of fell flat even after I had recurled them, which I often have to do anyway. I did not love this. It just wasn't a good product for me. I will say I am very particular about my mascaras. Like, there aren't a ton of mascaras that I love, but when I do love them, I love them a lot. Speaking of terrible mascaras, should we get into another one? Let's get into another one. This is by Milani. This is their highly rated mascara, and I actually tested this out in a video, and I think it's like a 10-in-1 mascara. Anyway, I tried like 3 coats, I want to say, in the video, and like, it was very average at best. But I do find sometimes with mascaras, if you let them like sit and kind of just chill for a little bit once you've used them once, they get better. So I was like, maybe that's the case with this one. Maybe you try it the first time, it's terrible. You give it a couple of days to get it to like thicken up maybe, and then it's real good. But no. One I do really like from Milani though, hold on. I gotta grab it. The Lash Trifecta, lengthen, curls, and separates. This is a really good mascara from Milani, so I know they can make good ones. This one was just very average considering what they were marketing it to be, which was like this grand, amazing, super over-the-top, voluminous lash on the package too. They had this girl that looked like she literally had like planted a bunch of false lashes on her lashes, but it did look like mascara, and I just didn't come close to that with 3 coats. 3 coats is a lot. Like, if I have to build it up to 5 coats every single time I want it to look like that, like, that's just too much work. I have other mascaras that I like better. Next up is a powder. This is by Catrice. It is their Prime and Fine Luminizing powder. This is a waterproof powder. They have one that is also mattifying, which I have not tried, but this one is supposed to give a nice luminized, kind of a champagne glow to the skin. It's going to be waterproof, and it's going to keep you looking just your makeup looking perfect all day. It's waterproof, so it's going to protect your makeup from sweat, humidity, water, kind of conditions, I don't know, a pool. But I like the idea of light reflecting, luminizing, champagne-y kind of a glow, because I really like, where is it? My Laura Geller, I can't talk today. This is the Laura Geller Filter Finish Setting Powder, and it has a really pretty luminosity to it. And so I was really excited. I wanted to test that out and see if it was going to give me a similar effect. But first of all, is very dark for my skin tone. They only have one shade, so I guess if you're more of like a medium kind of a skin tone, this might work for you, but I was trying to do like under my eyes, the rest of my face, and it was just way too dark, very dark peach kind of a tone. So it's quite limiting in that way. I didn't notice any luminizing either, which is one of the primary reasons I was kind of like excited about it. Like maybe a really soft, like a satin kind of a finish, but definitely not the luminosity that I was kind of hoping for. And it doesn't need to be Laura Geller level. This is like pretty luminizing, almost to the point of being like a soft highlighter, but I would expect more than just sort of a satin matte. And I wasn't super excited about the way that it was sitting on my skin either. I was expecting more. So for me, this is just kind of a pass. Onto a base from Wet n Wild. This is their Photo Focus Luminous Primer Stick. Can you notice there is a little bit of a trend here? I like luminosity. This is a stick primer that has some luminosity to it. So you apply it to your skin. It's going to prime the skin so that it's prepared for foundation and things like that. This sounds like surgery. We must prime the skin, have it prepared for the next step. This looked very gold when I was first looking at it. I swatched it on my hand and I wasn't that impressed. Like there's not a lot of luminosity going on here. Again, I understand that you don't want like a stick formula highlighter all over your face, but you do want some sort of a sheen to go through. And this just did not do it for me. I was really excited about it. I compared it in a whole video testing out some new launches from Wet n Wild. I really like their jelly primer. I have it in my everyday drawer. This jelly face primer feels nice and cool on the skin. It really feels hydrating without feeling greasy. So I like this one. This one just didn't show any sort of luminosity. It didn't really do anything with my foundation. I've tried it with other foundations as well, and same sort of result, nothing exciting. Next up are some brushes from the Wet n Wild Rebel Rose collection that they recently launched. They did a whole new launch into skincare a little bit. They did a really fun like little quad that had these pretty roses on it. It's a really cute little collection, and they had two brushes that they also launched with it. So they have the little eyeshadow brush, which is good for like blending into the crease, as well as the blush brush, nice and fluffy and soft. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Like it's not the most practical because it's a much thinner kind of a base, which makes it a little bit trickier to hold on to, but like it's a cute concept. But what I didn't love about it is actually the cleaning of it. So when you're trying to like clean out the brush, you're trying to like get in there, it's hard to get around these like little plastic pieces here to try and like squeeze out the water and making sure that you're like rubbing all the product through and getting it nice and clean. Like that was kind of annoying for me. So I mean, if you're looking for something that's limited edition and cute and pretty and like has a specific look to it, like they're cute, but they're not easy to clean, so they're not the most practical. Now I want to talk about this this super interesting launch from Wet n Wild. This is their Pump Makeup Locker 3-in-1 BB cream highlight and corrector, which is an interesting combination trio in and of itself. But this is for people who go to the gym, are going to sweat it out, they want to put on some makeup after their workout, and something that's quick and easy, or just something that they can wear to the gym that's going to give a little bit of coverage and just be super easy. So I remember being super surprised when I opened it up and there's like a shovel inside, because like to me, if you're going to the gym, you want something that's going to be not super messy. You want like a pump, or you want something that's like a built-in sponge or something, you know, that's just going to be really easy to apply to the skin. Like, what are you going to do with this? This was super weird to me. And then I applied it, and at first I was really excited because when I was applying it to my cheek, I was like, oh, this might actually be pigmented. And so I was applying it, I was blending it in, and then it disappeared off my skin. It's like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just do another coat. We'll do another coat. Same thing. So I know it's a BB cream. It's supposed to be very light coverage. I get it. But it seemed to just blend away for me. And then going into this little cap thing, the shades, first off, are just kind of odd to me, an odd choice for the foundation shade. This is kind of like a gray pink that's not really a highlight at all. Like it barely shows up. I'd have to like really build it up, and it's still kind of gray. And then for the corrector, I found that the BB cream didn't even cover up the corrector, and then you don't have a concealer to put on top of the corrector, which is a very thick, it's very orange kind of a tone, which is great if you want to cover up under eye circles. But if you don't have a product in here that's going to immediately cover it up, but you have to buy another product to do that. To me, if you're gonna do like a duo like this, then do a BB cream and a powder or something like that, where it's like, here's the one duo, and then you have like the color corrector with a concealer, in the other one, you know? That just made a lot more, and then the highlight just like came out of left field. I didn't know where that came from. There have just been so many good launches from Wet n Wild recently that I've been very impressed with and have been using on a very regular basis. So this one just kind of came at me and just sort of surprised me. I was not expecting it. It is clearly not meant for me, as I have not stepped foot in a gym in forever, but also just the product in and of itself is kind of impractical to me. So yeah, I didn't get it. But I want to know what products you guys have tried out recently that have been an absolute fail for you. They just did not work. You tried them, you didn't like them, you had to take them back to us. Hopefully you didn't squirrel them away like I did. But it's always interesting to me hearing about the products that didn't work so well for people, because everyone is so different in the products that they gravitate towards and ones that they stay away from, because everyone's skin is different. So anyway, I like hearing about it. Make sure you check out these videos in the side if you have missed any recently, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.